Hi, Tyler with Caster Concepts, here to answer another question that we hear in the office, and that's regarding fishtailing around corners with my carts. And you might be asking, well, what the heck is that? We get this question, but in an array of different ways, I'll say. Sometimes it's referred to as getting squirrely around corners. The cart gets a mind of its own. It's just not tracking correctly. So really what we're talking about is if you can envision a cart with 4 swivel casters around it, and as you're tugging, those swivel casters are really going to go in whatever direction they want to, as they are a freely swiveling caster. And what happens is when they're falling behind a tugger and you make a tight curve, we tend to see them swing way out, and this can do a number of things. You can hit something that's in the way, hit someone, or cause damage to the product that's on the cart. And in extreme cases, you ram into a wall or a post and you knock the cart over and you cause damage to your cart and the product. I mean, there are a couple of things to do when you're in this boat. The first would be to take a look at your caster, and you'll notice on this one here in front of me, it's got some notches in it, so you can make it a swivel lock. What I'd advise is, if possible, you have your team member lock or engage the swivel locks on the back too, then you're almost tracking like a trailer, and that should make the cart really guide behind the tugger. If that's not an option, I would say the next best thing would be to look to replace those for just a fixed caster. Because again, you really want to maintain the sturdiness in the back of the cart in order to get what you need done. And I guess in extreme cases, I have heard that neither one of those are capable. If that's the case, you're really going to want to consult the Caster Concepts sales rep to try to see what we can do for you. There's been instances where we've done swivel locks connected to cable systems and other things like that. So we can help, just a little bit more unconventional. Another thing to note on these is you'll want to make sure, whether you're tugging one cart or I've seen as many as 5 to 6, those are typically referred to as mother, daughter, parent, child, depends on where you're at, where you're from, maybe what you call it, but you've got a long train of carts, and the same things apply. That back cart may be getting all over the place. If you put some fixed casters on the back, or at least lock them into place, that should really help reduce the swing radius that you've got on those carts. I will say the latest customer we helped was able to add an extra cart to it to increase production, so possibly that could help you. This is Tyler George with Caster Concepts, the heavy duty experts.